as I was saying that if this angle is x, this angle must be 2x, right? But in order to find out this angle x here, see that this triangle here is an isosceles triangle with two sides equal. That is, this side equal to this side. So therefore, this angle here and this angle here, they must be equal, right? So we can find out the two angles. So once we get this angle here, x, then we can just double this angle and get this angle. So that's the first part of your solution. So let us write it down. You start by saying in triangle PQR, angle RQP, or let's say angle PQR, which is given to be 68, plus angle QRP plus angle QPR must be equal to 180 degree, because sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Now just put the values. 68 is your PQR and QRP is equal to angle QPR. The two angles are equal, right? Angle QRP, you can replace this QPR with angle QRP equal to 180 degree, because since angle QRP must be equal to angle QPR. That means 68 plus twice angle QRP equal to 180. Now just solve for angle QRP. That means twice angle QRP is equal to 180 minus 68. Twice angle QRP must be equal to 112. That means angle QRP is equal to 112 divided by 2, which is 56 degree. So you have found out this angle here, x, to be 56. So let us write it down. This angle here is 56 and this angle here is also 56 degree. These two angles are 56 degree. Okay. Now once you get these two angles as 56 degree, therefore what should be angle QOP? It should be twice of this angle here. It should be twice of angle QRP. Hence, angle QOP must be twice of angle QRP, which is 2 into 56, which is 112 degree. And this is because you will give your reason. The reason is angle subtended by an arc at the center of a circle is double the angle subtended by it on the remaining part of the circle. Okay, so first problem is solved. The first part of the problem, angle QOP, we have found. Next question is angle QCP. So let's see which angle is QCP. Let us write first which angle that we have found. We have found out this angle. This angle we have just found to be 112. We'll write it here. 112. Now let's see which angle we have to find here. We have to find QCP. That means this time we have to find out this angle here. Okay. Now the question is how to find out. So before I write, just try to understand how to find out this angle. You see this tangent here, this tangent, and you see this chord. So what is an angle in one segment, the minor segment? Angle in the minor segment is this angle, right? Let me draw it in blue. Angle in the minor segment is this angle. And what is the angle in the major segment? This angle here. This angle here is the angle in the major segment. They must be equal. So therefore, if this is 56, this must also be 56 because the angles in alternate segments are equal. Similarly, this is a tangent and this is a chord. Angle in the minor segment is this one, and this angle and this angle are also these two. This pair of angle is also angles in alternate segments. So if this is 56, this must also be 56. Now you have in this triangle PQC, this triangle here, two angles, 56 and 56. You can find out the third angle, the red angle, QCP. That's it. Okay, so let us do this. Angle in alternate segment must be very clear. Okay, if it is not clear, you go through the videos, ask me again. So let us write for number 2, angle QPC is equal to angle QRP equal to 56 degree. Also, angle PQC is equal to angle QRP is equal to 56 degree. Both of which the reason will be angles in alternate segments are equal. Now we consider triangle PQC. In triangle PQC, angle QCP, the unknown angle that we have to find out, plus these two angles here, plus angle QPC, plus angle PQC must be equal to 180 degree because sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Angle QCP we have to find out. This is the unknown angle. And these two angles were angles in alternate segments, 56 degree and 56 degree. That's it. Therefore, angle QCP plus 112 must be equal to 180. That means angle QCP is 180 minus 112. Okay, and this should be 68 degree. Any questions on this problem? No question. So let me just leave you with with the statement of this theorem today. The next theorem and perhaps the last theorem. After this, I'll be moving on to problems of the exercise where you will be using all the theorems together. Okay. So you must be equipped with all the theorems. You must be knowing all the theorems. The theorem here is that if a chord and a tangent intersect each other, then the length of the tangent, in fact, the square of the length of the tangent must be equal to the product of the length of the segments of the chord. So what does this mean? The statement is not as important as the meaning. So when you are applying this theorem, you need not write the sentence. You need not write the theorem. You have a tangent and say you have a chord. You have a chord AB and you have a tangent at the point of contact T, and they intersect, say, at the point P. Then according to this theorem, let's see what is given here. Given chord AB and tangent to the circle with tangent to the circle intersect at P. This is what is given to you. Then what you can conclude is that the square of the length of the tangent. What is the length of the tangent? This TP. This is the length of the tangent. The square of the length of the tangent must be equal to the product of the length of the segment of the chords. What are the segment of the chords? This PA is one segment of the chord and PB is another segment of the length of the chord. Okay. So this TP square must be equal to PA into PB. That is what the theorem states. Previously, you used to get the proof of this theorem also, but now this year, I don't think they have excluded the proof of the theorems also. Okay. So this is what you must remember, that the whenever a tangent and a chord intersect, then the length of the tangent, this TP, must be equal to product of the length of the segments of the chord. This length into this length, right? This looks very similar to that theorem where I discussed that when two chords intersect externally, then the product of the length of the segments, the product of the lengths of the segments are equal. Okay, if two chords intersect externally, this looks very similar to that. Okay, so that is what, and I'll just discuss this one example here, but not today. I'll discuss this tomorrow. I stop here for today.